I love this. I wanted to get back in there. I felt so comfortable in there. Like, even these bits, I felt so comfortable. Cause like it's a long wait. You have to wait for them to announce all this and then, you know. I was like, yeah, let's go. I saw this coming a mile away. I was like, huh, interesting. Kick body. That was his first fat one. I think it was the second one that got me. That I felt it. I felt like a shock. I felt it. I was like, ooh. But I didn't know that one. That was the one that I'm like, ooh, okay. That was the one that like, with the nerve. It's the hand. I blocked his eye. Boom. I hit it. Yeah, I know what to do. I know what to do next time. Yeah, foot was already, yeah, it's weird there. Yeah. It felt weird, so I was like, what the fuck? Like, and here I should have pushed and ducked under, but my leg was systematic. I was being systematic. And he's gonna pick it. He always tries to win, like get it back. Thought about throwing a knee there. He thought about throwing a knee there. I should have, boom. Nah, my distance was so on. I could see it all coming. See how close that hook was? I don't think people understand. Hold up. Look at this hook. I don't think they appreciate. Wow. Nice. I could see, bro, trust me, people think that the tennis ball shit was joke, but nah. Boom, I try to repeat it, that one. Boom, to the body, that was beautiful, that hurt him. And shift. It was here, it was that right hand. And then my legs started to give out here. I was still fine. Yeah. That. So I'm trying to move my head. I'm like, what the fuck? It was way too soon.
You got rocked?
Yeah, but still, like, I think it's just a stumble. It was a stumble. That's what gave him like the, oh shit, I gotta stop this.
David Adesanya here, your uncrowned 145-pound champion with, and still my hero, Israel. It's still my boy. That's still my boy. Israel, the Last Stylebender Adesanya. Oh, did not need a sound effect. All right, we are here in the beautiful city of Wanganui, New Zealand. How are we feeling today, champ?
Good, chilling. I left even earlier this time just because I wanted to get really acclimated to the East Coast. So that's 3 weeks of a lot of stimulus. What I do for work is not something like we're designed for as humans. Under the bright lights in one of the world's biggest cities, a lot of attention, a lot of cameras, a lot of flashing lights, a lot of eyes. So for me, coming back from all that, it's like coffee. Drink coffee and then you have a crash. If I come back home now, I don't want to have a crash because of all that stimulus and then just. So I center myself, I just stay at home, chill, do my favorite things to do, and just eat.
What's the food been like? How much are you weighing right now?
Bro, I didn't even check. How much are you weighing right now?
145.
Being with mom and pops, fuck, was cool. Like you see the decorations when we came home, that was nice. From mom and dad. Yeah, it's been cool. Yeah, the little slice of heaven I can get while I'm here,
All right, we just watched the fight back for the first time. What were your initial thoughts? It's a big question, but like, what was your initial
Watching
thoughts?
it, okay, I'll break it down. Watching it was fucking cool. It was awesome. Watching the whole thing from the entrance, his entrance, to the finish, and the commentary afterwards. It's just like, what a fucking show. Yeah, it was beautiful. The whole thing as a whole. Yeah, I enjoyed myself. Even watching myself, I enjoyed myself a little bit too much. But I enjoyed myself.
You talked a lot about setting yourself free from the past. And it's not the first time that someone's gonna fight someone that they've knocked out. Like for example, Rampage, Wanderlei. How important was that process? I want to know the thoughts of that from your side, because I think that you could educate a lot of people moving forward.
Freeing myself again. the worst has happened. Yeah, so a lot of people in my position coming into this fight, they'd be like, you know, holding on to the past, like, oh, this has happened before. What if it happens again? But for me, I was just like, well, the worst has already happened. What's the worst that can happen? It happens again. And guess what? It happened again. And yeah, I'm still fine again. Like I said last time, even more this time actually. I said last time, my parents still love me, my family still love me, you know, my dogs still love me. But even this time, it's just like, fuck, I've just gotten so much love from even people I didn't expect. The other thing, but just from so many different avenues and respect. Got a lot of respect, but yeah, the worst has happened again. I'm still here, fucking even richer than I've ever been, all this shit. I feel comfortable. Don't get me wrong, the disappointment's there, it sucks, because I hate losing, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Worse things have happened to me in life.
What's that process like for you? Does it like come in waves? Because you know, your life there's a lot of distractions, a lot of things that like going on. Do you like forget and then you're like, oh yeah, that's right, I lost?
Sure. That's a good question. Does it come in waves? I guess so, yeah. I guess you could say that. It comes in waves, but it's not crashing waves. This is more like just like little tides, like, oh yeah. It stays for a bit and it just washes out. But then like later on, another tide, it's just there. You're like, cause something will remind you on your phone. What do you call it? I guess walking around, people like, cause that's the first thing people want to talk about. Oh, how you feeling? I'm like, I need a therapy session every time I talk to someone. I'm like, I'm fine. But I was just happy with my performance. I wasn't happy with the result, but I was happy with my performance. Yeah, just expressing myself, feeling myself, being able to trade with this Titan, you know, back and forth, hurting him, taking him down, surviving.
How was the atmosphere in the garden that night? Because there was a lot of crazy fights.
I could feel the
block really shaking?
Yeah, actually, like, I swear to God, there was one fight, I don't know what fight it was, but I was in the Knicks locker room, and I felt like it was just a rumble, like, I'm like, oh shit, something's crazy. Like, I don't know what fight it was, but it was crazy. I didn't watch all of them. I only watched Carlos. I watched Carlos and I'm about to go fight. I don't want to get overstimulated a little bit.
Yeah,
so,
I was just about to ask, like, you know, would stuff like that be?
Yeah, it'd be a lot, because then your adrenals would go up. As you're watching fights, getting excited and whatnot, and then you start to think about your fight, and you're like, oh, wait, you're, I don't know, conflicting the two maybe.
The walkouts, you looked sharp, ready, focused. Talk me through that. As you're walking through the tunnel, you're hearing your music, you're on your way to the octagon to face your arch nemesis, pretty much.
Yeah, I looked clean, I looked good, I felt great. I just, like, even looking around, I could see for fucking ages. I could see in the rafters and the bleachers. And yeah, I was just focused. I was just in the moment. I was literally just, and that's one of the most in the moment places you can ever be. You can't be anywhere else, but that's just such a, I love that feeling. Especially when I knew when I came on screen already, I knew I was at 5'4", and then boom. I just kind of knew. I looked at the screen at one point, I just smiled like, look at this guy. It was cool. There's that moment, like, his coach, one of his coaches behind him was like this, and it was right at the crescendo of, like, the peak of the song. And I was looking at him, he was just standing right there, and his coach was doing the most. It was animated behind him, and it just felt like I was in the movie. And that moment just gave me like, just, fuck, like you're in it, like you're just in it. That was a perfect moment, because his coach didn't even know the track, but just hit it at the right time. It was beautiful. It just gave me like vibes. Like, yeah, I got powered up.
Right. Round one, the bout starts.
Yeah, so I'm in my stance and you see me, there's a picture of me just smiling, just like, I get to be released. That's the best way I can read. So I'm just holding onto the fence. Like, it's like the final moment before you just spread my wings and I'm just released. So yeah, once it starts, I saw that kick coming. I was just like, random. But yeah, so I was calm, focused. I had everything right. Everything was on. Yeah. So I felt really good. I was just controlling the pace of the fight. And then I stung him at the end.
Landed some good body shots, and he landed a big knee.
And then I was about to throw an uppercut, and I threw a hook.
Shoots right left at the end of the round.
People say it was after the bell, but I didn't hear the bell. I was already flowing. Maybe that's why I pulled it back, because I did that with Rob as well. When I heard the bell, I pulled it back. So maybe that's why, because I didn't turn the hook fully over.
Talk to me about the calf kicks you threw in round 1, because you ate a lot of them and they didn't even look hard, but...
Yeah, they were just like snappy ones, but I think the second one that landed properly, I think I stepped into it. I felt the nerves got struck. Like a guitar chord almost. I just felt the vibration, just zzz, like an electric shock. It was weird. I was still able to control the round and do what I do. Yeah. Then round 2, I'm controlling. That's when my leg starts to like drag a little bit. My left leg, what the fuck? Like trying to plant it was weird. So I was against the fence a little bit more. He hit me a little bit more, but I still tagged him as well a few times. And I felt like it was even until at the end he shot for that takedown and that stormed the round. Then round 3, I didn't even account for the takedown. I just knew like, okay, I probably lost that round. Eugene was honest to me actually in the corner, saying that he probably got that round. I remember that. But yeah, I was taking it to him, beating him up, taking his legs. His leg was compromised as well, but mine he actually affected the movement by striking the nerve. And then eventually I got that takedown, because I was telling people like, I might not shoot for a takedown, but if the opportunity presents itself, I'll take him down. And I know my position, like when I put the shackles on people, because of my hands, they don't really tend to go anywhere. So yeah, and I was able to just drain his enthusiasm, drag him down, beat him up.
Could you hear him getting tired in the 3rd round, like him breathing heavier?
Really. No, not really, no. I know when he's tired, he throws it, yeah, and I just kept him there on the ground. I beat him up and won that round as well. But round 4, I was attacking, I was beating him, tagging him, but I wish I pressed more, maybe. I wish I pressed more, because I let him recover in round 4. Maybe I wish I took him down again. I think if I'd shot again, that would have definitely got him down early. Yeah, before the 5th, I saw him mouth something. I wasn't sure what it was, but now that I know what it was, I'm like, fuck, that's so poetic, because of where I went to as well to win the title. He had to go to, like, I guess a similar place. I felt like I went to a deeper place. And again, it's just, I've seen this as like, it just adds to the story. This whole thing of it adds to the story in a way that I just can't wait to close this chapter. I thought I was gonna close it in this point, but the game's not over.
Let's talk about the sequence of the end of the fight. You threw a leg kick.
Well, yeah.
He checked it.
Yeah.
And you fell backwards, roly-poly, and ended up by the cage.
Yeah. That was in the end sequence, but that bit started kind of, because it put me on the back foot, because was I walking him down at the time? No, I was attacking. So I kicked, and as I brought my right leg back, it crossed over my left, and probably because I wasn't sure in relation to where my feet was, as you know, you're suspended when you kick a little bit, you're on one leg. But then I had the freestyle initiative to not butt scoot, just roly-poly, so I rolled back. Yeah, and then eventually he did something like jabbed me to the cage or something, and then started to work a little bit.
All right, how many times have you watched a stoppage?
I don't know, maybe probably just over 20. Like just
20?
Just on Instagram.
God damn, I can't even watch it for Orlando. My body gets hot. My heart starts racing.
I'm sure like on the gram I've seen that, because you get tagged in videos and you see it and you're like, huh. So I watch it. So I'm sure just over 20 or so, yeah.
And what do you think?
Again, I don't blame the referee, because you're in the moment, and I think it was a good stoppage. But he could have let it go on a little bit longer, because, again, the fight with Kelvin Gastelum, if he takes the same approach, he should have stopped it even right after the 10 seconds when I dropped Kelvin Gastelum. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's literally 10 seconds left after he's been dropped 3 times. Yeah. But then you look at the Kelvin Gastelum fight, you're like, man, this guy got dropped 3 times prior, and in the last 10 seconds get fucking folded like an accordion, and he's still just like, he let it go on. So I'm like, yeah, I mean, if you give him that kind of courtesy, you can give me a little bit.
Again, like 3.5 minutes.
Nah.
There was a long time on the clock. If you had gone to the ground...
Oh, true, 10 seconds.
Yeah, 10 seconds. There was a long time. And plus, he dropped him, and it was like sort of like in the turtle and still moving.
Yeah, fair. Again, what Dan said, as a teammate, as a friend, I'd rather it be too soon than too late, which I think was pretty smart of him.
Yeah.
But again, it's my ego, or just my...
Your competitiveness, like no one wants to, you know what I mean?
I'm just like, bro, because nothing was hurting. Like, I was rocked, so I was like, oh shit. But I could see things coming. So I was like, I moved, and I was just like, cool. And a few glances in my head. It wasn't like I just went, oh shit. Like a few glances in my head, I'm just like, okay. And I put my head down. I swear to God, wallahi, I put my head down, but I'm trying to make myself a smaller target. I try to shrink my body, and I'm like, okay, I can see his arms, I can see his feet, I knew it wasn't gonna knee. If he's about to knee, his footwork would change and I'll be able to move back up or something. I'll be able to react to it. Prior to that as well, when I try to move lateral, because he rocks me, I'm like, okay, move lateral, and I stumble. Yeah, I was rocked, but I swear to God, it was my leg. It was my leg, and I was like, okay, you can't move. Just stand right there, but make yourself smaller. Don't be a stationary try. So I was trying to move, and it literally within 1 second of me putting my head down, he just jumped, and I was like, you see me instantly react like, and I wasn't reacting like, ref, I'm okay, and wobbling. I was like, yo, I'm okay. Fuck, and I was just like, man, I was just disappointed. Like, come on, like, I'm fine. But again, I would say I don't blame him because he saw me get hit, saw my eyes kind of rocked, and then when I stumble and he sees my head's down, he's like, okay, now I gotta stop this. So I don't blame him. He did what he had to do. But he could have, I just feel like let it go fucking 5-10 seconds. 5-10 seconds, it's a long time, sure, whatever, but you'd be surprised what can happen. You'd be surprised what can happen in those really precious seconds.
How do you stop yourself from being, if I could have, would have, when you were so close to?
Just be able to accept reality, accept what's happening, and I have a big imagination and I live sometimes in a fantasy, but I make my fantasies reality. But then when reality happens and it's like, okay, accept it. I've been here before. It's not the first time I've been here before. Like I said, I've had worse things in life happen to me, worse things. I've lost people I really care about. And yeah, it's not the biggest disappointment, but yeah, I guess you can let it eat at you. What is that? It doesn't serve me. It doesn't serve me at all. And I know I go to rematch. I'm the one fighting him next, so I know what I'm gonna do. I guess that helps.
Yeah, plus you've already beaten everyone in the top six.
So now it's like, not even that. What I've done for the game. I'm like, don't you dare. So I earned the rematch because of the work I've done. You only go here because of the work I've done. Off the work on my back. So I'm like, nah, I earned the right to do this. So I'm gonna whoop his ass. And then also, you know me, I don't like fighting the same person 3 times in a row. It's like, okay, just give me a break. I want to fight someone in between and then him again. That's why. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for this chapter, and I like the way the story goes. I'm like, I made him bloody. I made him bleed. If you can make him bleed, you can kill him. But this one, I want to make it a bloodbath. Like, I get up and it's just red from elbows and just beating him lumpy. Like, I'll do that to him. Only the first one's an asterisk because I felt like most people who watch the fight know I won that fight. The last 3 beat me, but it's like I was beating him. I was on my way to beating him. There's that story there. But then this time, if I just beat him from bell to bell, 30-minute ass whooping, I'll finish him somewhere in between. All those 3 don't matter. It's just like he who has the last laugh, last best. Yeah.
I like it. You had a busy year. 3 fights, 10 months.
Under 10 months.
Under 10 months, 20% of the pay-per-views since 2020.
Amen.
It's a lot of cheddar. Do you want to take some time off and?
I just want to take care of myself, my health. I don't disclose everything. I know I look healthy all the time, which I am. Strappy young lad, but some things I need to look after. And I want to come back is rest, reset, then retaliate. Say it again. Rest, reset, and retaliate.